All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Rachel Zegler's Downfall after South Park ended her career. Did they? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go check it out.
But it's hard. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things. And I will be okay.
Okay. Right.
Boy, if you don't...
South Park, that ever-sassy cultural commentator, has officially weighed in on Disney's latest attempt to sprinkle some woke pixie dust over its beloved classics. And let's be honest, if you end up as a target on South Park, you know you've become part of a national conversation.
Absolutely.
Or at least the punchline of it.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I mean, listen, her interviews have been absolutely terrible. So, would it surprise me that South Park, the legend of legends, basically did something regarding her? No.
South Park, you know you've become part of a national conversation. Or at least the punchline of it. This time, South Park hilariously skewered Disney for what many critics are calling a checklist approach to diversity. According to the animated series, the Magic Kingdom's strategy is simple. Play a game of Who Wants to Be Diverse, and switch up the races, genders, and heck, maybe even the species of its iconic characters.
Put another gay diverse woman in and make it more fucking lit.
Gone is the dreamy love story, replaced with a narrative that would probably make Gloria Steinem proud. Fans are left scratching their heads, wondering if this new and improved Snow White is really the fairest of them all, or just an identity crisis wrapped in CGI and high production costs. Rachel Zegler, the actress who initially seemed ecstatic about her dream role, soon found herself embroiled in a whirlwind of controversy that even a magical forest couldn't hide. In early interviews, she expressed delight at playing one of Disney's most iconic heroines. Fast forward a bit, and suddenly, she's serving up spicy hot takes like Snow White is a weird story about a guy who literally stalks a teenager. There goes the prince's reputation, shattered like Cinderella's glass slipper. If that weren't enough, Zegler confessed that she watched the original Snow White once as a kid and was so traumatized that she never went back for round 2. Terrifying, she said.
As a kid.
Her dismissive comment.
It tells me, honestly, a lot about her parents, right? I mean, it seems like her parents most likely just completely bombarded her with the ideologies of the left almost exclusively. And that's what it sounds like. What is so terrible about the original story, guys? I mean, yeah, is it old? Yeah. Right. Is it like specifically normalized to be treated the way that Snow White was treated these days? No. Right. But understand what it is. All right. It was a time that is long gone. Right. And let's just enjoy it for kind of what it is, guys. It's the reason why people watch old movies. Yeah.
Comments didn't exactly scream passionate ambassador of a classic. And it wasn't long before the internet collectively raised its eyebrows and declared, "Girl, did you not know what you were signing up for?" Right. As if the drama needed more layers, Zegler's behavior off camera became a juicy topic of gossip. One viral interview showed her talking about her role in Shazam. "I needed a job," she bluntly stated, leaving fans wondering if she was auditioning for the role of Hollywood's least enthusiastic superhero.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes? I needed a job. I'm being so serious. The reality was we were in the middle of a pandemic and I was not working and I couldn't get a job for the life of me because West Side Story hadn't come out yet. And
Really him. Really him. You're a victim.
Yeah.
Here we go, CSI.
Adding some
Bro, listen, you could have definitely gotten a job, but the problem is like just like when many celebrities or famous people have exist, let's say, find it really hard to work a regular job. That's the reality of the situation. You could have definitely found a job. You just were too prideful.
rumored diva behavior on set, and suddenly Zegler's public image went from Cinderella at the ball to Cinderella scrubbing floors. Let's just say, if there were a fairy godmother for reputation management, she'd be working overtime. The plot thickens, because Disney isn't exactly singing Hakuna Matata either. Reports from disastrous test screenings sent the studio into a full-on panic. Audiences supposedly recoiled like Snow White spotting the evil queen. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, Disney cut 3 songs that Zegler had contributed. Insiders speculate that cutting her songs signals just how badly things went down. Imagine writing your own songs for a major movie, only to watch them get the axe. Hollywood dreams, am I right? To make matters worse, Zegler has reportedly been sidelined from promotional events. What once looked like a glittery red carpet of...
Bro, under no circumstance, if I ran any type of production company that basically utilized her by any means, what I would do is never allow her to speak on camera. That's the reality.
Fair now resembles a Hollywood horror story. Rumors swirl that Disney is trying to distance itself from the backlash, and many wonder, is the studio sacrificing Zegler on the altar of public relations? Or is this just a classic case of speak now, regret later, coming back to haunt her? Either way, Zegler might want to avoid any apples offered to her in the near future, just to be safe. As if fans didn't already have enough grievances, Disney decided to give the Seven Dwarves a politically correct makeover. The beloved pint-sized miners have been swapped out for a diverse group of characters who may or may not have as much personality as Dopey on a bad day. Fans argue that without the dwarves, the movie isn't Snow White. It's more
not.
like a random forest lady and her assorted friends. Critics
Yeah.
are now asking, if you change the love story,
Yeah,
cut out the
basically.
dwarves and keep only the apple, is it still even Snow White? If we're being honest, at this rate, the evil queen is probably thinking of rebranding herself as a misunderstood wellness guru. Critics are as split as the Red Sea. Some say Zegler's comments justify Disney's icy treatment. Others believe she's become a scapegoat, a cautionary tale of what happens when Hollywood politics clash with unfiltered opinions. But one thing is clear, this remake is a PR nightmare. Disney is caught in a seemingly endless loop trying to balance staying faithful to its classics while also riding the wave of modern values. Ultimately, Zegler's Hollywood experience feels like a grim reminder that fame is a double-edged sword. One day, you're a rising star singing about dreams coming true, and the next, you're dodging metaphorical poison apples. Meanwhile, Disney is sweating over its $200 million investment, hoping this Snow White remake doesn't end up as the fairest flop of them all. Whether this movie breaks box office records or sinks like a magic mirror in quicksand, the story behind it is already more fascinating than any fairy tale Disney could dream up.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. Snow White is going to do well. Like, no matter what we all speak about on the internet, let's say, it's going to do well because it's Disney, right? Is it going to break all the records on Earth, guys? No. We already know what it's about, right? I mean, if the writers have the same overall ideology, which they most likely do, because, guys, Disney 2025, basically. You get what I mean here? It is what it is. They are what they are. They're not going to change, right? But if the writers have the same ideology that she does, then the film is going to basically be that anyway. Based off of what we've seen kind of coming from it, yeah, it probably is, right? But is it going to do well? Absolutely. It's Disney. It's of course it's going to do well, but it's not. I mean, it's not, I can't imagine it breaking many records in the United States of America. Outside of America, maybe, right, where there's less. I don't know, political battles, ideological battles between groups and things like that, right? It'll work, period. It's going to work. But unfortunately, I just don't want Rachel Zegler to work, guys. Right? That may sound terrible. It may, potentially, right? But I'm just not a super fan of her and her mouth, guys. So I'm not going to support her. Basically, that's how that works here, guys. All right? Period. The name of the channel this video came from is Think About It. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Oh, also, Mr. L. Boyd Discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.